Arsenal have just beaten Real Madrid, home and away. If anyone at this point does not rate Bukayo Saka, you simply have an agenda. Declan Rice, on current form, may be the best central midfielder in world football. And William Saliba, that guy absolutely stinks of a Rolls Royce. Real Madrid, 15 times Champions League winners, with Kylian Mbappe, with Rodrigo, with Jude Bellingham, with Vinicius Jr., have just been silenced. Mikel Arteta, everyone says what phase is he in, has just scored the best manager in Champions League history, Carlo Ancelotti. And they have won five-time Booker T, won. Listen, I'm actually speechless. I thought Real Madrid, I prayed Real Madrid would turn up tonight. Being a Tottenham fan, I'm not going to lie to you guys, this is absolutely shit. And mark my words, Arsenal will be in that final. I predict right now it will be Arsenal versus Barcelona. I can't believe what I've just seen. Bukayo Saka, the cojones on this guy. Fair enough, he missed a penalty. But to keep your head up, to keep your chest out, your back straight, to be composed, defending as a team. And the goal he scored was absolutely outrageous. We're going to get into all of it. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button. 90% of you who watch the content every single month, every single day, every single week are not subscribed. We're closing in on 51,000 subscribers. As it stands right now, we are 401 away. So go down and hit that subscribe button. I can't believe what I've just watched. Carlo Ancelotti got the game plan completely wrong. Completely wrong. But this Arsenal side, bearing in mind, there's no Kai Havertz. Bearing in mind, there's no Gabriel. Everyone was shitting on Arsenal. Kivior's not that good. They're going to fall off, etc., etc., etc. Kivior has been unbelievable since he come in. Man of the match against Everton in his first game back. Was very, very good in the first leg of the Champions League. And tonight, he won every single header. Gabriel would have been proud of that performance that Kivior put in tonight. This Arsenal team, if they had a striker in the summer, if Arsenal go out there and sign an elite goal scorer, I'll be honest, they win the league. They win the league. Lewis Skelly, at 18 years of age, you're not exactly at like flipping Fratton Park at Portsmouth or at Goodison Park, Everton. You're at the Bernabeu. The Bernabeu. The best, the best stadium there is. The home of the Champions League, as they say. And for all the PR that Real Madrid, if Arsenal did that, they would be getting absolutely crucified. For all the PR all week, we're going to close the roof. We're going to have this pre-match motivational video. Carlo Ancelotti is going to wear his favourite blazer. To be absolutely outclassed by an Arsenal side, Arsenal should be so proud of themselves tonight. Look, rivalry aside, I'm taking my Spurs hat off. That was an unbelievable performance. For the defensive shape they had, being impossible to break down. The only reason they got broke down was because of a lack of concentration from Saliba. Declan Rice. I'll get into the goals in a minute, but Declan Rice, I'm going to say it, and I'm not afraid. Look, I've even got my favourite Real Madrid glass out. Look, don't know if you can see that. It says Madrid on it. I wanted them to go through tonight, I'll be honest. But that performance from Declan Rice was absolutely, that is the sort of performance that gives you a world-class tag. To score 2 unbelievable free kicks in the first leg. The second one, I don't think you'll see a better free kick anytime, anywhere soon. But to go against the Bernabeu, against the midfield of Federico Valverde, who's been there, seen it and done it. Assisted winners against, Liverpool in the Champions League for Vinny Jr. Won the Champions League last season. Against Jude Bellingham, who had a decent Euros. In his first season at Real Madrid, wins La Liga, wins the Champions League, goes on to win the Super Cup. To man-mark them out of the game, win every header, be first to every ball, starting the counter-attacks. If he's not world-class right now, then you simply have an agenda. I'll be real. Bukayo Saka as well. The mentality on this kid, the cojones, the bollocks, to dink Courtois, the pass from Mikel Merino, and Mikel Merino has well and truly played his part. Since coming into the team as a number 9, he has been unbelievable. And Arteta deserves huge, huge praise. This Arsenal team, Lewis Skelly, Kivior, Saliba, Timber. Let's just be real. That right there is the best back line in the Champions League in world football right now. And bearing in mind, they've not even got their first choice left-sided centre-back. Thomas Partey, the only thing he did wrong tonight was giving away a stupid yellow card. But I'm not here to shit on Arsenal tonight because they got the job done. And Martinelli, in the 93rd minute, 92nd minute, to have that much energy, to sprint the best part of 75 yards, and the finish is absolutely ridiculous. The penalty come from a stupid bit of marking in the penalty area from Asensio. Absolutely brings down, I can't even remember who he brought down now. It was that long ago. Bukayo Saka steps up and I thought, right, this is a big moment. This is the biggest moment in your Champions League career, Bukayo Saka. You must deliver. You must turn up and score. You have to. And you know what, Courtois, fair play. It was a good save from him. It was a good save. I can't even lie. It was a good save. And then I was like, got into half time and I was like, listen, Real Madrid are rattled here. Real Madrid are rattled. Arsenal are defending as a unit, defending as a team. They had the game plan for whatever reason was to cross into the box. It's not like they've got Peter Crouch or Karim Benzema or an elite goal scorer in the box from aerial threats, but had Kylian Mbappe. And everyone knows Kylian Mbappe's best attribute is running for on goal, cutting in from the left, opening his body up, whipping it towards the back post or whipping it to the front post. That is Kylian Mbappe's best attribute. But they stuck with the game plan. They kept whipping it in, kept whipping it in, kept whipping it in. And then it didn't matter if it was Thomas Partey blocking it, Declan Rice winning the header, Kivior or Saliba. The headers, that right there was an unbelievable defensive masterclass. Like, listen, Lewis Skelly as well, man, at flipping 18 years of age is ridiculous. And then Arsenal get their goal. They get on the break. It comes down to Marino winning a header, plays it in Saka. Saka then plays it across to Odegaard. Odegaard plays it into Marino's path. And then Marino sets away Bukayo Saka and lifts it over Courtois' head. An unbelievable finish. That right there is what you call a world-class finish from a world-class player stepping up in the biggest of moments. I think it's fair to say this Bukayo Saka, Phil Foden, Cole Palmer debate is ended. Because let's just be real, Bukayo Saka has won it. Phil Foden can have all the Premier Leagues he wants, all the League Cups, the FA Cup, and the Champions League. He is not a better footballer than Bukayo Saka. I'm sorry. He's not. And then an absolute madness of concentration from William Saliba, who probably the most composed player on the pitch. You didn't expect it from. He steps up, gives the ball away, and Vinny, who looked like the only player that was actually capable of scoring a goal tonight, the only player that had the Madrid badge on his heart, the only player that was playing to the absolute highest of levels was Vinny Jr. And he scored. It was a good finish into an open net. And then they huffed and puffed. They did all they could. And then Marino plays in a pass into Martinelli, who has to run something like 70 yards through on goal. Fran Garcia has got more chance, winning the lottery than getting anywhere near him. And he opens his body up, and it's an absolutely ridiculous finish, Thierry Henry-esque, into the bottom right-hand corner. And Arsenal win 2-1 at the Bernabeu. And I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be real with you right now. Arsenal are going to beat PSG. They are defensively just a joke, just an absolute joke. The first leg is on Tuesday, the 29th of April. I'll be real. PSG might have one of the best midfields in the world in Neves, Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, the pace of Desiree Doué, the excellence of Bradley Barcola, and the dead eye of Ousmane Dembele. But I just think Arsenal are going to beat them. I don't know why. They're in the Champions League semi-finals. I don't know what I've just seen. Like, The other Champions League final tonight, unfortunately, Harry Kane. Listen, you tried your best, I'm not going to lie. And it was Eric Dyer. Bayern should have won tonight. They absolutely battered Inter on stats, possession, shots on target, but Inter are through. And I did predict Inter. I did predict Arsenal. I did predict Barcelona. The only one I got wrong was Aston Villa. Look, the Arsenal PSG is going to be an unbelievable game. You know, they've got to do it the hard way again. They've got to play the first leg at home. And the second leg, the first leg at home and the second leg away. The Champions League is set up as follows. This is the last 4 in the competition. I'm predicting Arsenal versus Barcelona final. 2005, wind it back. It's set up perfectly for PSG and Inter Milan. I'm not going to lie, but that right there was an unbelievable performance. Lautaro Martinez stepping up with big goals tonight for Inter Milan. But I just want to know where all the rival fans are right now. They said this Arsenal team won't do it. You're coming up against Madrid. And look, like I said, I've got my favourite Madrid loss. And you lot let me down. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.